What? Yo. Hey.
Hey.
Okay.
What's going on? You see what I did? I popped in digitally.
I saw what you did.
That was a digital pop in right there.
I saw what you did there. I
Not
saw
physical, but I hit him with the digital.
A digital. It threw me off too. I was a little thrown off.
He was like, "Hey,
where the hell is Pedro going?" Savage AF brought to you by the two brothers you see in front of you. Yo, this is Shang.
I am Black Pedro, man, and we are here Monday through Friday, live on YouTube and Facebook simultaneously. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Mondays and Friday, we're on at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time,
and
as
then
we are right now, and then Tuesday through Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
6 p.m. to 7. Okay.
Yep.
You got that. And also, I'm sorry, I just wanted to make the impact there. Also, make sure you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you subscribe. We see the people jumping on. What's going on? What's really hood? Make sure that you check us out on the podcast version of the show, which is on iTunes, Stitcher, Slacker, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and
SoundCloud. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that note you hit, but it hit.
I'm working on my sound.
Yeah, no, but it was there, and that's all that matters. I don't know what it was, but it happened. That just happened. That just happened, people.
Yes.
Also, make sure that we got people. We got people in here.
Queen B's in here. Nicole, Yanni. Lady Hazel, Breezy, the class gathering, Christina Brown.
Yo, thank y'all for supporting us for so long. Thank you for being down with us. We appreciate you. Also, make sure that the people that are new to the channel and the people that might watch it on IG, if you get a chance, not on IG. Did I say IG? I said that. It happens.
But speaking of IG,
speaking of IG, fuck it. We're gonna go right there. Speaking of IG, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and while you're doing that, why not follow at Black Pedro on IG. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro. And since you're already there, you might as well follow at Comedian Shang. That's what we should do. That's what you should do, because you know what? It's best for you. It's best for me. It's best for the world.
It's good for your family. And you see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen now. Follow at Savage AF Radio on Instagram as well. That is very important, actually. We really need you to do that. We love you to do that. So get on it, y'all.
And last but not least, before we go into the rundown on the run up on the rundown,
yes, sir, gotta do it. Also, another thing you gotta do is get on your Amazon Prime, y'all. SHANGRY. The special is out right now, man. Doing very well. So tell all your friends. Tell your enemies. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, man, I'm trying to build a bridge of forgiveness, and it's through SHANGRY. It's his own brand of Shanger, and it's hilarious.
And also Shanger.
Yeah.
The next one's gonna be Baby Noonchucks Shangalicious. That's the
new special.
That's the new special, Baby Noonchucks.
Yes, sir.
And also make sure that if you get a chance, you know what you're thinking about. I got a little bit of STEM money. What do I want to do with it? Bam! What you do is you buy Black Pedro Begins. That's right, Black Pedro Begins. What you do is you just go to his website. Album. It's an audio album. What you do is you go to the website, and I'm going to show you where. Boom! It's in the scroll.
TheBlackPedro.com.
Right. Make sure they very easy, very simple. All the people that are jumping in. Okay. We're going to talk about it. Yes, Queen B. We're going to talk about it. Yes, we definitely going to talk about it. Yeah, you already know what we're about to get into. So make sure you check out that. And then let's go with the down on the down on the down.
On the run around the down and up and down.
Get up on the down up. On the up and the up and down.
Hey.
That's something. Did you see how old man I did? Just like, oh, yeah.
A lot of shoulders and hands.
Oh yeah, you can't move a lot of the leg. The leg hurts. Oh goddamn. Uh-oh. Oh yeah.
There you go.
All right, so that was unnecessary, and you know what? I'm going to try to edit that out of the show from now on. What?
Do that. Yeah. All right, we go end today.
Wow, did you just do Tribe Called Quest? Did you just? Yeah, nobody knows. No, I knew it was Tribe Called Quest, but guess what? Bet you nobody in the feed did. Nobody knows who Tribe Called Quest is.
They're not hip cats out there.
In the feed, do you know who Tribe Called Quest is? I don't think so.
We're gonna end today while you guys chime in on that. We're gonna end today's show. It's April 12th, 2021. SHANGRY, Black entertainment can be a drag. That's today's topic.
Yes.
The Black Pedro pop-in before that is the message has been received, and it's a follow-up to Friday. And I'll give y'all the recap and then the update.
What he gonna do is expound on it and elaborate.
It's the what had happened episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be elaborate, and I need to, and he's gonna elaborate on that. And my shoulder is still hurting from yesterday, but I feel good. I don't. Yes. I was tired and fatigued from the shot, but I'm fine.
Yes. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about some unsigned hype. For those who remember the Source days back in the 90s. But this is in hip hop. We're talking about Biden, who's been stalling on, just signing a piece of paper so that people who have already received asylum can actually come into the country. And, they're just kind of sitting in limbo in these camps. We're going to talk about it. But before we get into that, April 12th, 2021, Brother Dwayne Wright killed. I don't know what's going on in Minnesota. It's become the North Star of the South or some shit. Like it's become Minnetucky or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Mississippi.
You know what? It's called. I'm gonna go dark. It's called the Killing Fields, and basically, it's just like they do in war, where it's a specific place where you know that more people are going to be murdered. So we gonna go with it. It should be. I can't take this shitty cop shit anymore segment.
Yeah, this is all right. So just to break down the situation, Dwayne Wright, I believe he's 20 years old, father to a young son, riding with his girlfriend.
I believe this is the picture of him. And they just didn't show the baby, which is understandable.
In a town 20 miles north of Minneapolis, sorry. And this is in Minnesota, pulled over for apparently having a
traffic
expired tags is what's the latest thing I've heard. Running shit, has a warrant, pull him out the car. And this is all from cop body cam. Last second, as they're going to cuff him, he breaks loose and tries to get back in the car and was trying to drive away. A female officer pulls out what she thinks is a taser, shoots him once. He drives, I think, a couple of blocks and crashes. His girlfriend's in the car as well. I believe nobody was hurt in the other car that he crashed into. This is, yeah.
Well, no.
This is all right. So I'll just say, and then I'm gonna pass it to you real quick. I'll just say that from watching the video a couple of times and seeing it in sort of the real time live action, it does seem like this lady cop, made a mistake, and because right afterwards she was like, "Oh shit, I just shot him," and it sounded genuine, like fuck, and she had dropped the gun. She seemed to be. It seemed to be genuine, like, oh, fuck, I didn't mean to pull my gun. I meant to pull my taser, which is the cop's story. Doesn't make anything better. I think it only highlights, the cops in general inability to de-escalate anything. And then a lack of training such that you're pulling out the wrong thing. Like, If she meant to pull out her taser, she obviously didn't, and seemed to be genuinely surprised when she fired a gunshot. I'm not condoning her actions at all. I'm saying it goes to the lack of training
Pedro,
that
I hear you,
all police officers have.
Can I do the
country,
can I do the little kid
in terms
thing?
of de-escalation and execution or whatever.
I'm gonna act like a little kid.
Go ahead, Shane. Get it. I knew my perspective was going to be.
Why the fuck is your taser right near where your gun is at, bitch?
Yeah, Yanni, okay. we're gonna get into that officer and into the Army lieutenant as well. But sticking with Dwayne Wright really quick. Go ahead.
We're definitely gonna talk about the officer, the lieutenant. But let's get into it. Let's get into this. Why the fuck is your gun so close to your taser so you could make a mistake like that? And why is it always you have to go straight to that? Okay, you can't de-escalate shit. You can't just talk to a person. You can't control shit. So maybe you shouldn't be a cop. You should sell yogurt because I'm sick of you little yogurty ass fucking cops. There was no reason. See, I know she felt empathy like, oh shit, I shot him. Well, I can't take it no more.
Well, it really highlights the Chris Rock joke where it's like there are some jobs where you can't have mistakes like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I worked this restaurant gig part-time. I'm going there tonight. I don't write anything down. I haven't written down an order in like 6 years, bro. For real. I could do like 13, 15 people without writing the goddamn thing down, right? Every very, very few times, but every now and then I make a mistake. I'm a human, right? It's like, oh shit. They did say no cheese. Fuck. No cheese? Fuck it. Send it back. Make a new one without cheese.
Right.
Not a big thing. Cop makes a mistake like, oh shit, I meant to use my taser and it was my gun. It's a completely different thing, right? So it all goes to this lack of training, which talks about her setup on her belt. Like, you're right. I don't know why they're in a position where either could be confused. Seems like you would want to reach to the complete other side if you were going to pull out, a non-lethal option first.
Right.
But, that being said, this in general, our cops are not trained in the right way. They are trained to bump it up. That takes us to Christina Johnson. I see you in Minnesota. Stay safe because I know the streets are going off a bit over this. You know what I mean? And they're outside.
I mean, if you look at some of the images, I found some images there. Our people are sick of it. They're sick of it. But I think that same thing.
She's on paid administrative leave. The cop who shot.
Right. She's on paid administrative leave. We needed to see her handcuffed, which we're not. It is always us being brutalized. It is always us being, they have to go full blast with us. And that's why people are in the streets right now. And they're like worried about, am I next? Mm-hmm. And I saw this picture and I thought, one, why is Beanie Siegel in, why is this nigga in Minneapolis?
Bitch.
Yeah, why is he there?
Pounds.
But why? But other than that, why is it that it's always they're shooting us? It's always. What happened to the old school cop that ran and to tackle you and take you down and then handcuff you? No, right to the gun. Fuck it. Right to the gun. It got to be, got to kill you. Got to shoot you. And I understand she made a mistake with the taser. But if you look at the way that this has been going, and we're going to definitely talk about the lieutenant too, that same shit. It's always, they go full blast, full force.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna, in this sense, say, and again, this is based off of what I heard. Her reaction sounded genuine to me. That she was surprised that she shot her gun, and just say that she was underprepared for the situation. This may have been her first time having to draw any kind of weapon on. I don't know. We don't know this yet.
Yeah.
Or she could be another Chauvin who's had 18 shootings in the past 15 years, who gives a fuck, right? Like, we don't know this yet, but again, it's just speaking towards a lack of training among police officers.
I just posted about this on LinkedIn. The bottom line is they need to be reformed and retrained. They need to be reformed and retrained. They are always on blast. They're always like going full tilt boogie. As what my pops used to call it, where they go full tilt boogie, where they're always pulling their guns on us. They're always going full tilt, where they don't know what happened to fucking tact and just, What happened to that?
Yeah.
There is none.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here.
I was a security guard, not with the gun and the badge. I mean, I was a security guard with the word security on your jacket and on the hoodie, that type of security. And you know how many
security?
Like not
knuckle bundle security guard.
Yeah. And you know how many people I talked out of fighting? You know how many brothers that wanted to fight some dude because the girl was looking at him, then another dude and said, look, man, you could either fight me and these 3 other dudes' titties, or you could try to get these other titties. Okay, so but anyway, you fight these titties over here, you're gonna get hurt. So we talk them out of it constantly, whereas for some reason they just can't. They could never do it right. They never ever do it right. It's always our death. It's always our death.
AJ Fit, what up with you? When you pull a gun in front of you, you can clearly see if it's black or yellow. Yeah. There are these things, studies that have been done where when people get into these situations, adrenaline starts flowing and they can black out. They don't, it's so you would think that she would have a clear distinction between her firearm and her taser. But who knows what state of mind that cop was in, and probably worked up thinking, oh, he's reaching for a gun. I don't, who fucking knows?
No.
Obviously, no. She was not good at her fucking job.
Right. Incompetence.
She didn't sound like somebody who meant to shoot him. She didn't sound like that immediately. Like in the immediate second afterwards, she was like, oh shit, I just shot him. Like literally. And like dropped the gun like it was out of her hand. Like I believe she fucked up. What's up, Brooklyn 965? Yo.
You believe she fucked up? I think she is fucked up. You know why she's fucked up?
Because she should be. She can't be a cop anymore.
It's called incompetence.
You cannot be you are a desk cop now.
No, you're not even a desk cop. You know what? You know what you should be doing? You should be selling yogurt, bitch.
She shouldn't even get a computer. She should get a typewriter.
You know what? You shouldn't be allowed pencils or anything sharp. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of it. That's why this whole segment is called I Can't Take This Cop Shit Anymore. This is a segment that we shouldn't have. It's becoming normalized. Like, oh shit, I fucked up. Oh shit, you mean you're not supposed to put your knee on somebody's neck that long? Oh shit. Oh shit. That gun was legal? Oh shit. You can look. I'm going to show you this gun is legal. It's in my glove compartment. Oh shit, you shot him. Oh shit, I forgot. Sandra Bland. Oh shit, it's a little boy. It's a toy gun. No warning. Oh shit, I'm sick of oh shit. Fuck y'all. Let me tell you something, man. Once Pedro teach me how to the thread a fucking eye of a needle with a bullet, y'all in trouble. Because Pedro's
I'm not there yet. I'm not there
Pedro
yet.
Is Pedro Wick. That's his new name.
Nah,
Pedro Wick.
But then we can go to Virginia, right? And see these officers in I believe it's Virginia, and where and I believe this Army lieutenant, his name is Karan Nazario.
Yep.
Brand or truck he had just purchased, so it didn't have plates. There was a temporary tags in the back window, but lights go on behind him, and he drives on for a bit till he can get to a
safe area,
a lit area that's populated. That's something that you have a right to do as a citizen, and he wasn't speeding and tearing through. There's a shooting in Georgia where 3 cops were shot. These guys were driving over 100 miles an hour and, got into a shooting with the cops and shot them. It's not that, right? This is he didn't speed away or evade the cops. That's how they reacted. But he pulled into this gas station, well-lit area, hands out the window, and immediately guns drawn, get out the car. For a traffic violation. There you go. Now, this officer on the left, former, has been fired as a result of this, right? As he should be. This is ridiculous. That man's hands are up and out. He did not speed away from you.
Right.
I think it's fairly clear that he is pulled into an area. There's one part in the video where Lieutenant Nazario is like, I'm honestly scared to get out of the vehicle, officers. And literally the officer says, you should be. Now what, and this is what the shit that really gets to you.
For a traffic stop.
You look at Dwayne, you look at Dwayne Wright, and obviously you shouldn't be trying to evade the cops, especially in that moment. Like, bro, they got you. And once they get like, you got to write it out and lawyer up or do something. And I get it, you know, but running ain't going to do it. It's just not going to happen. And they probably going to shoot you, whether they mean to or not.
Right.
But then complying too doesn't get you any better. Right. But like I've always said, running and trying to wrestle and invade the cops will get you shot. It will get you shot. Complying might let you live. Maybe. I don't. Ain't no guarantee. But might.
You know what? Okay. No. You know what, Pedro? This lieutenant was actually, he was not aggressive. He was not antagonistic. He was not disrespectful. He was saying, "What? Just tell me what's going on. Just talk to me. Talk to me. Tell me what's going on." That's what he kept saying. And they're being incredibly aggressive.
Just barking
at him, acting like he's a child.
Get out of the car.
Yeah, acting like he's a child. They pepper sprayed him. That's this image right here where he couldn't see. Pepper sprayed.
He has a dog in the back seat. The dog choking.
He's pepper sprayed.
And you know, this is that thing where it's like, get out of the car, but your seatbelt, you know, you have your seatbelt on. So clearly, with a gun drawn to your head and this cop is overly aggressive as a black man, you don't want to be reaching down to your side, right? So you're in this double-edged sword situation, right? Lose-lose situation. Like, how the fuck are you supposed to reach down to your side to undo your seatbelt while they've got a gun to your face? Like, that goes against every survival instinct.
And you know what? And he actually said, "I'm reaching to unhook my seatbelt. Get on it, get on!" Like this. I guess he thought he had watched Serpico or watched some fucking undercover like cop shit, and he felt like, "I haven't had any action lately, man. I gotta get some fucking action." And he's acting like a bitch the whole time. And you know what? That's why there was a video. I love this video where this cop is talking all this shit, and somebody says, "Yeah, if you didn't have that, you know where they said, if you didn't have that badge and that gun, nigga, I'd beat your ass." And he's one of those dudes, I believe that. And then the dude saw this dude at the gym, this cop at the gym, and said. And the cop kept saying, "Well, yeah, meet me at the gym." And a bunch of niggas met him at the gym. And then the next video is him apologizing. "Hey guys,
you know, I didn't mean that.
You know what? I was out of line. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking." Because these dudes like, "Yo, no gun and no badge. Let's go, motherfucker." This dude seems like that type of dude. This dude seems like a lot of women. Like one woman let him touch a titty. Never gave him no pussy. He said, "Well, you know what? When I grow up, I'm gonna be a fucking cop and I'm gonna tell people what to do." Yeah, you bitch. He's a bitch. Look at you.
Lady Hazel, man. They were yelling "obey" at him. Like,
what
you know, this is you know, there's running the video in the background. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, you know, what do you do? And then I know we have service people in the house. Miss Aver, you know, has put some time in. I'm sure some other people out there have served our country. Thank you. Kudos to you. We appreciate your service. But, you know, what does this mean? And this also represents this long history, because we got to understand that when we say lieutenant in the Army, we mean that he is in fatigues. He is in his camouflage. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's in uniform as a lieutenant in the Army.
And he asked him, he said, what's your thing? He says, I'm a lieutenant. He's totally, you could see he's totally like, "Hey, what's going on? Just tell me what's going on." Instead of the cop going, "Hey man, well, look, you didn't have any tags. Look how easy I'm doing it. Like, okay, Pedro, you're the guy. Like, you asked me what's going on.
What's going on?
Hey, look, man, there was we saw no tags. You know, you might have had a violation. You know, let's see if we can find out what the problem is." Whoa, let me fucking train these bitches. You see how easy that is? No one got pepper sprayed.
Get out of the car.
Yeah, I didn't tell him obey. You gotta obey me. You obey me. Like
Amira Songstress, we see you out there. Y'all follow Amira Songstress. Beautiful voice, one of Detroit's finest. Get at her, y'all.
Yeah.
My mother's also in the house, so things are about to get violent. I'm pretty sure she's turned up by now. So this is that. So when we look at these situations that are going on constantly, and this is we have Dwayne Wright in Minnesota, like 20 miles away from where the murder of George Floyd, the trial is going on, right?
The murder of George Floyd
trial, the
Derek Chauvin trial. These 4 cops. Derek Chauvin is the leader of evil, and the rest of them are the ones that have to fight the Justice League. They're all evil.
Henchmen. I believe is
look
the
at them.
official
They're
term.
all henchmen. They're all villains. And you got to think this trial is still going on with Dead Eyes. Dead Eyes is still there.
Mhm.
Dead Eyes is still there. He's still in the mix. There is a very good
What's
chance.
his name? Voldemort.
Yeah, I think it is Voldemort.
Ebo Brewer, I see you in the house. What I want.
So what we got to do is we got to find out. Now imagine if, again, my scenario, if he gets off, if Chauvin gets off and these other officers get off, people are protesting now, even though the police are not acting. The police are acting like fucking criminals with these people.
No, they're not acting like they are.
They are criminals.
They are absolutely like some of the. It's a fine line. Some of these motherfuckers got into it just to be professional criminal. You know what I mean? To be authorized criminals or whatever.
Right, and this is going on right now. And the image. This is one of the images from last night, where there was no one with guns or bats or anything like that. A lot of the people had their hands up so they could show the cops, please don't shoot me. But we are allowed to protest as quote unquote, even though I think it's some bitches, Americans. Fuck out of here, man. And I tell you right now, I wish that it did come down to some old road warrior shit where he could just walk up. All right, let's fight then. And then we all just fight. And then, I mean, if you get your ass beat, at least you go home with a busted nose. But this kid is going to rape. This kid's son is now fatherless for a warrant. Now, was it a warrant for a gun?
Joining the ranks of a generation of kids who will be fatherless and motherless as well, as a result of this. You know what I mean? So kids who won't be made because like Brianna taking too soon.
So everybody here that's following Savage AF, I want you to do me a favor. Make sure that you keep stuff like this in social media realm, because when you keep it in the social media realm, what happens is it does generate more and more conversation, and it generates people saying, hey, wait a minute, this is fucked up. Because some stuff gets swept under the rug, and I'm glad that we do have people with phones that will make sure it's not swept under the rug. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
for sure.
And of course, Queen Bee had to bring up this fact. Pedro, Michigan has a variant spread, high numbers. This is crazy. So
I already told y'all what happened. Niggas went to Florida. Niggas went down to Florida.
Okay.
I don't know what else to tell you. Fucking Michiganders go to Florida. I-75 connects both states. It goes from the tip of Michigan to the bottom of goddamn Florida and the Keys. I'm telling you, niggas went to Florida.
And right
I saw it on Instagram. I saw niggas in Florida. Huddled up. Covered up, black people, white people.
You know what?
Everybody went to Florida.
Right now, yes, Michigan is getting Queen Bee. Michigan is getting the business pertaining to the variant, and even the Pfizer, which is the top one. That's the one I just got. And guess what? Even that one has a tough time with this variant. That is actually from Brazil, and another variant that came from the UK. So that's what's going on. And yes, Stacey, you do have to get up on the pole.
You're on the pole, girl.
Definitely on the pole.
You're coming to the stage.
Yes. Pamela Knox says the police are the largest gang in America. I agree with you 100%. And this is a good one. That fucking pig told the lieutenant he was fixing to ride the lightning. That meaning. And honestly, the lieutenant said, "I don't know what that means." But he was about to give him the taser, is what I think he was saying. I think. But it looked like they had their guns out. So they had their guns.
Either way.
Here go the images. That's a gun.
Yeah.
No. This is a gun. That's definitely a gun. So they definitely had guns. I saw the video and it made me go, it didn't make me sick anymore, which is sad. Back in the day, would have made me sick, angry. Now I'm like, here we go again. That's why
go back to that last image you just had up, Shane. My bad.
You wanted the last image? The last image was this. That's a gun.
Oh yeah, you know what? See, this is what I'm talking about, training bullshit. I'm being dead serious. Based on what I learned, this cop's thumb positionings are all fucked up. Like, there's no way that on his left hand, his thumb should be above that, like where the slide is, right? Like his hand positioning is all fucked up. I've had guns for less than a year, and I can look that this motherfucker ain't even holding his shit right.
Right.
I'm being dead serious because the second it flashed, I was like, his thumbs look crossed. Like I swear on everything. We bring Jonathan Solomon from Redstone Firearms here.
That shows you how to do it.
I'm pretty sure he would back me up and say that this is some fucked up hand positioning on this gun right here.
And this guy,
and this motherfucker, he's all. This is some Snoop Dogg 187 shit. He's sideways with it. Jay-Z, the way I hold my gun is sweet.
Yeah. I mean, this is what's going on. And this man had the entire time, by the way, everyone, he had his arms up. He had his hands up. I'm sorry. He had his hands up like this. And he actually, when you watch the video's out there, he put his hands out like, hey, I got nothing. I'm not doing anything. So fuck them and anybody that tries to act like, oh, and the late, I know she may have some empathy and sadness because she shot a young man, but your training's for shit.
Even if it was a mistake, it's like the mistakes that you cannot make as a cop. Like,
right.
You can't do that.
The Chris Rock bit is one of the most brilliant bits.
Balance.
Like as a pilot, you can have like, I don't feel, fuck that flying shit. I'm flying into a building because I feel like it. You can't have days like that, and you can't have days like that as a cop. That's why we talk about
oh shit, I thought that was my take. My bad.
Yeah, my bad. Yo, my bad. Did I shoot you? Oh, yo, Pedro.
So,
dude, I thought that was my taser.
My
bad. Shit. Oh, nigga, you are bleeding a lot.
Wow.
Wow. You know what? Shit happens, bruh.
All right.
Savage AF.
Okay, Savage AF. You know what it is. We're gonna move on because this will be a continuing thing, and
we're gonna be
until we really get into changing police in general and maybe getting rid of it and figuring out something else. Yeah, this is gonna keep happening, and we're gonna keep remembering their names. Rest in peace, Dwayne Wright. We're gonna keep talking about this though. There's gonna be more tomorrow, the next day, next week. It's gonna happen. Somebody's getting shot right now by the cops, I'm sure. Yeah. But you were talking about shit getting done. Sometimes shit doesn't get done. And right now, I think this is one of those things we need to look at critically about the Biden administration is specifically Joseph Robinette Biden's lack of action around the signing of an act that would allow people who have already been awarded asylum, right?
Right.
It would allow them, get more airplanes in the air for those people, right? More flights in the air to get those people out of, places like Malawi and, these war-torn countries.
Pedro, you know what? I'm going to push back on you on this, and everybody on the feed, I want you to know, I'm just saying.
Hey, don't push me, brother. I'm close to the edge.
Well, look, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to push you because I know you're close to the edge.
I'm gonna sip this wine. You go ahead. Do what you do.
I'm just trying. Mm-hmm. Just trying to forget the lyrics. All right. Because I'm just,
Don't push me because I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose.
Yeah, that's it. Listen, this is the deal. Biden, you got to give him a break. He's trying to do a bunch of shit at the same time. And he even told me, he called me up this morning and told me, because he knew you were going to have this on. He said, listen, this is a deal. You tell Pedro to kiss my old saggy white ass. I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. And God damn it, I'm trying my best. I'm leaving now.
Yeah.
But he's an old cat, dude, and he's like,
but listen, man.
Look at his face. He's looking at you like, Pedro, what?
What you want from me, man?
What do you want from me, Pedro?
But here's the thing: we're literally though talking about the signing of a piece of paper, and he done pulled out. You saw him the one day where he had a stack of things, and he was just signing law after law after law after law, and it's like, listen, these are people who have already been granted asylum.
So it's not like you got
they just need transportation.
But that's what it is.
Just get the flights in there. Air Biden. Get it going.
It's unsigned hype, son. Yo, for real.
Sign that shit, son.
Yo, what I'm saying is sign it. Sign it. Sign it. Sign it. That's all they're asking. But you know what I mean? It's like,
again, already been granted asylum. So we're not talking about vetting more.
Son, sign that shit, son. For real, son. Sign that shit, son.
Yo.
And Biden's just sitting there like, hey, has anybody seen my pants? I don't have my pants.
But I mean, this is, and this is different than like the border crisis, at our southern border.
No, it's a totally different.
This is just like a processing issue. And
I agree.
and the media now has been riding him month from month from month. I think it was first brought up in February,
right?
And we're in April now, and
but no,
they're not really.
They're not. You know what?
Jen Psaki's been good at sidestepping that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she's been giving that. She's been giving the Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll. Like, oh shit,
not there.
Yeah, okay. But the bottom line is, I'm going to give him a break on this to a point, but he still can get the business. End of the day, he got a lot on his plate. He got COVID still attacking. He got racial upheaval, and where's my pants?
And he's confused. Yeah,
I don't know where my pants are. So
just sign the damn paper, Joe. They should just slip it in front of him like it's an invoice. Like, hey, the DirecTV guy was just here. Can you sign this?
Okay, I'll do it.
Sure. What's his name? Phil? Thanks, Phil.
Thanks, Phil. Oh shit.
But this is something we need to watch.
Right.
I think going into this past election, neither you or myself, Shang, were these huge Biden fans. We were just like, no. we can't have any more Trump. And then if I'm gonna sit here and criticize the president for the next 4 years and try and get what I need out of him and what my community needs out of him, I'd rather be dealing with Joe.
I would like to deal with slow-mo Joe.
So let's deal with it, right? Like
let's make sure that he do what he's supposed to do.
Watch and put pressure on and make sure that.
Imagine Trump dealing with it. It'll never got done. That motherfucker's still acting crazy. He just had a speech this weekend where he was nutty buddy. Like, I mean, nutty buddy, to the point where his own followers were walking out of the fucking speech. They were really? Yeah, they were like, enough of this fucking, they said this delusional fucking retread. It was just so bad.
It's getting bad. He's just trying, he's got to milk the cash cow.
And that's what he's doing
until the teat runs dry.
Yeah, but Biden, I'm saying, hopefully Biden will be able to make sure these people get on a fucking plane that's signed.
Get their new life started.
He's just like, hey, I'm trying, bro.
Let's go. Come on, Joe. Let's go. All right, man. We're gonna move through this one because we got to wrap up soon. And this is gonna be a quickie update for y'all, but I'm still gonna hit you a little something like.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro popping in, hey, with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'.
Hey, it's your boy Black Pedro with another poppin' to let you know what's poppin'. All right, man. So on Friday, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you guys watched the show or not. Sometimes we just talking. I told you that my sister, witch doctor, sorceress, mermaid, star child, whatever she is,
a consultant for Gandalf and anyone else from the dark arts.
A sorceress is, basically, she told me, she gave me this ominous message on Thursday night, like, do not drive to LA tomorrow. Beware the morrow, for your life is in danger.
The Ides of March are coming closer.
And I'm like, what? Man, I got shit to do, bro. Like, I don't know what that means. But she was basically telling me not to leave Las Vegas. I was there visiting Fam Bam.
Right.
And man, so I did it anyways. I drove to LA on Friday. Fuck it.
Yeah, screw your magic rules.
hit some patches of traffic, which I usually don't hit. So I was like, oh, well, maybe this is what it was. It took me much longer. I got here barely in time to do this show. Then boom, had to bounce to work. But not too long after you and I wrapped up, Shang, I got a text from my mother, and she was like, I think I know what your sister meant now. And I'm like, oh, shit. And it turns out that my mother's neighbor, one of them, immediately next door, share a backyard fence and all of that. A married couple, and they're, probably in their late 50s, early 60s. The man jumped on the woman, right? The husband jumped on the wife, got physical.
Yeah, he pummeled her.
Got physical with her. Not quite a pummeling, but definitely some physicality.
He didn't pummel her?
No, he didn't put the thing on her, but it wasn't cool what he did. So basically, my mother found her outside of her house. You know, my mother was sitting in her office and had a view to the front of her house, and you know, her neighbor was sitting on like her flower bed, or what my mom's flower bed. So mom, you know, pulls her in the house, blah, blah, blah. You know, finds out what's going on. The police came out, report, essentially, you know, without her being pummeled, they can't do anything. And the house is in her name, but she, you know, they couldn't pull him out. They couldn't pull him out of the house.
Right. Yeah, but what you said,
she stayed in my mom's house, and now I'm like, oh, this is what my sister meant. I wasn't.
You said he was already.
So, yeah. Well, yeah. So here's the thing. Here's how I met this dude. My mom had just moved into the house. She had hadn't been there too long. This was like maybe October, November of 2019, and I'm in the backyard smoking a blunt and looking through the back door window at a Michigan basketball game. They were playing in the Maui Invitational Tournament. Now, you know, I'm in the game, smoking blunt, whatever. And I just kind of look to my left, and it's this older white dude just next door, but over the fence, just staring at me, like cold stare at me, like. And I'm like, hello, you know. It's one
hello
of those
to you too, motherfucker.
And, you know, I see where he's at. So I'm like, hi, I'm Lolita's son. And he's like, oh, you're her son? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh, okay, I thought I was going to have to go get my 9.
Really?
Like, all right. Hi, neighbor. I see you, bro. I see you. Now, this was before I got into Pedro Wick mode. So now Pedro Wick, had I been there, would have had, but my, you know, so my mom tells me and calls me to, and that's the first thing I think about is like, fuck, well, this dude is over there. He's obviously done lost his goddamn mind if he's putting his hands on his wife. And I know he has a 9, at least. So I'm like, Mom, get out of there. Bounce now, because you got the thing that he's mad at. And I don't need y'all caught up. I was like, either get out of there or get my sister or my brother-in-law over there with a gun. Right. I was like, oh, and by the way, Pepper lives there, one of my 12-gauge shotguns. So I was like, Pepper is here. Someone said, you know, I told her where it was. And I was like, listen, this is what you need to do. It's already loaded. You just got to cock it back. I need to do the same. Like, boom, ready to go. So, and not that my mother can handle that thing at all, but that was more information for my sister and my brother-in-law.
You know what? Because we barely could.
That shit slaps.
It slaps.
But it was this thing where I was like, my sister is out of her goddamn mind. And then I realized, it wasn't about my safety driving back home to LA. It was about my role as a protector for my mother. But what I've been trying to build is a network among my family first, such that we all know how to do this shit. So such that we have a plan so that my brother-in-law was able to come over with his shit. He knows how to run my shotgun, and he spent the night to make sure things were cool. And we got the neighbor got to a friend's house away from him. And, you know, and my mother says, my mother just chimed in and says he has an armory over there. So this is what I am talking about. And my mother was scared, and I was too. And I wish I had listened to my sister and stayed.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the time,
nothing happened, nothing went down. But now I'm like, that's why I bring my shit when I come to Vegas.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I got a trunk full of guns and ammo.
That is scary. That is scary for your mom and your sister. She told you the bones told me, and so
my sister was like, "The moon has spoken.
Right,
leave not upon the shadow of the mouse. The crow looks upon you unfavorably."
Please protect our mother. Please protect our mother from the crazy man who has the armory next door. Yeah. End of the day, the bottom line is if somebody's that volatile and smack up their wife, and to say they got to go get their 9, he's on the edge of possibilities of something that could happen. And I don't know if he's a Caucasian man. He might be a Latino man. Is he? Yeah. Is he a Caucasian man?
He is quite Caucasian.
Okay, so in turn, Caucasian men Caucasian men with armories sometimes have a tendency to go off and start killing people. We saw that most mass shooters, not all mass shooters, but the majority of mass shooters are disgruntled, older, white males. That would make me nervous for your mom. That would make me nervous in a situation like that. And that is the truth.
Oh yeah, man. So and now it's like every time I'm over there, I'm just
No, I'm serious,
Malcolm
man.
out the window looking through the blinds, like, all
Yeah,
right,
no,
hey, act
yeah,
right,
that's
motherfucker.
and plus the
Taking his
thing is,
trash out, you act
imagine
right.
the position the wife's in. She might have to go stay with a relative or something because the motherfucker might do something crazy.
And Pamela Knox says never ignore messages. Hey, I try not to, but I gotta understand the motherfucker too. Yeah, my sister came at me with like, don't move your left foot further than 3 inches. I'm like, man, I don't know. What does this mean? So but I wasn't trying to ignore it, but I thought it was about my safety, and that's something that I work hard to be in control of as much as I can, and then beyond that, I live life.
Right.
But I did not realize that it was about something else, and neither did my sister, and it wasn't delivered to me like that. But I do believe in the power of these messages. I just
so from now on,
don't always understand them.
Pedro, I shall tell you what you must do. Listen to the messages from your sister.
Consult the oracle.
And
the covenant has spoken.
And when the moon is in the blood high, you might have to shoot your neighbor because he's crazy. So Savage AF, listen to your family. Sometimes they're crazy and sometimes they're on point. And you never know when that time they're on point. All right. I'm gonna tell you right now, mine is probably gonna be offensive because it's gonna come off a certain way. But today I gotta talk about it. Okay, people. I know that you probably think black entertainment can be a drag. Well, lately it is a drag. And this weekend, a rapper that I actually like decided that a floral dress was the way to go. Kid Cudi on Saturday Night Live wore a dress, he said, to in honor of Kurt Cobain. That's that bullshit. There was a lot of other ways he could have honored it. And I know a lot of millennials saying, let the nigga wear the dress if you want to wear the dress. I get it. But it just seems like there's a running theme going on. And I'm not saying that there's an agenda, but there just seems like there's an agenda with black actors primarily to wear the dress. Now, we heard Dave Chappelle talk about it. Dave Chappelle said, yeah, they wrote it into the script to wear a dress. I said, I'm not going to wear the dress. 15 minutes later, they had a whole different stuff. And you said the dress is cute, just not him. That's messed up, Nicole. This is that. You know what?
On him.
Okay, Kid Cudi, fuck that. You lost your mind. There got to be a certain point where we got to call motherfuckers out. It doesn't mean I don't care if he's homosexual or not or whatever the fuck. I'm allowed to clown you if you wear this fucking dress. Sorry. And when are we gonna start talking about how is the song hot? They're talking more about the fact he wore a dress than is the song hot. Same shit with Lil Nas X, with his shit he's doing right now. No idea what the fuck is going on with him. Obviously, there's a lot of shit going on with Lil Nas X. And we know that because apparently he likes to booty slam Satan. But, and I didn't know that because I thought it was just Old Town Road. But apparently the Old Town Road is his asshole. But Kid Cudi, come on, Kid Cudi. I know that you had suicidal tendencies and different crazy stuff going on, but what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? And it seems like it's a consistent theme with black men and black actors. And you could say that's not the case, but fucking Wesley Snipes, Passenger 57, Blade, boom, dress, bam, dress. And this is multiple times he's worn this, multiple times. Ving Rhames, dress. Arsenio Hall, dress. Tyler Perry, big ass dress, big ass dress. It just seems I found image after image after image, who I love, but this is more of a character, and I get it. Eddie Murphy, dress. It just seems like over and over again. You know what? One of the top comedians in the business, Kevin Hart, dress. So I'm asking the question before we bounce out of here. Are we trying to take men's masculinity away? Or is that something that I'm missing as an older person that just am not getting it? But am I still allowed to clown your ass? That's the main thing I want to know. Am I allowed to clown your ass? Kid Cudi, I don't give a fuck. You get in the business every chance I get on stage with this bullshit. And it's not even just that. It's a whack ass dress, nigga. If you're gonna do it, get a dope dress. So in turn, do you think that the industry is putting black men in position of wearing dresses and tiaras and shit like that? Or should we just blame the entertainer individually? Because it just seems like it's in the agenda. That's my shangri today. I just
well, yeah. And before we get out of here, skate. I will say that
it just seems consistent as hell, man. It's just so many.
Throughout Africans' transition to America through slavery, there has been a constant process of the emasculation of the black man, whether it was physically through castrating them during a lynching, or mentally or socially through the dismantling of the black family. Emasculating the black man is part of the American agenda historically.
Yeah,
but so that's there, but then it is about the individual who is willing to do it.
Exactly.
Right? Like, because you talk about Chappelle, another one. So yeah. So to me, it's this mix. It's the system is here that we're aware of now at this point, and it's like, do you want to ride that wave? Is that how you want to get in? Is that what? And it might be what you're about too, right? Like, right. Lil Nas X, it seems like that's the life he's about.
That's the life he's about.
Not Satan, right? But just this,
androgynous,
or just like pushing the limits and boundaries and being a controversial person in this space, but through his genuine sexuality, right?
Okay, yeah. Whereas in Kid Cudi, come on, son. Come on, son.
Yeah, so I don't really care about it.
Okay,
to be honest, I in college I played the character Miss Raj in the play The Colored Museum, and it's a historical black play, but yeah, I played a trans character in this one scene. It's a series of vignettes about a spectrum of black life,
right?
So I've done that, but it wasn't, it's an established work of art, and it had a point to it, right? Like it wasn't a comedic piece. There was a message in the story in it,
right? But there's a certain point, Pedro, where they're being thirsty, and it's like, yo, I'm gonna let you know right now. I didn't
wear a dress technically, okay. But it was cross-dressing for sure.
I have had it offered to me by my agency at one time, and I said no. And they were trying to remake a Bosom Buddies, and they wanted me to be going for one of the characters, and they're madam. The madam dies, so these two guys become the madams over these prostitutes, and then you'll be one of the no. How about no? And it was as simple as that. Luckily, I had enough comedy to sustain me. But even if I didn't, I'd be like, fuck that. Nah, Kid Cudi, that was on some other shit. Don't give me it was a tribute to Kurt Cobain. Fuck what you going through. Stop it, because there was other ways. And of all people, a tribute to Kurt Cobain. Stop,
OD. If you really want to,
if you really want to,
if you're really about Cobain's life,
yeah. Why didn't you? This sounds really dark. You could have came out there another way with maybe hypodermic needles in your arms, or some shit like that, or maybe play the song Shotgun or whatever. I mean, it's bad.
I'll clear it up, Pam Knox. Technically, it was not a dress that I wore, but I did wear stilettos and a wig and all of that shit. So,
but that was before. Put it this way, hey man, that was before I knew Pedro. So
it was in college, man.
Hold on, let me clarify.
It was a college production of a Broadway play.
When a nigga start distancing,
nigga back up off you.
Like,
hey, Pedro and I don't really work together that much. I ain't never been to the nigga crib, so I don't know what's in his closet.
It's a very good chance that that's Pedro at the time. So Savage AF.
Look up The Colored Museum.
I know
I'm totally blanking on the playwright's name.
I know what you're saying,
but it's a historical black piece.
I understand what you're saying, Pedro.
The black cast,
But
at
Pedro,
Princeton University.
Pedro, but that's not what I'm saying, Pedro. I think that you don't understand what I mean.
Friend from across the room.
And you know what?
You apart.
I'm going to tear you apart. So that's
too.
No, I'm just saying, Savage AF. My point is, a lot of this shit keeps consistently coming up, and a lot of these thirsty ass motherfuckers are not standing on the merits of their music; they're standing on the merits of what the fuck they're wearing. Okay, and people say, "What about Prince?" You can't even bring up Prince and motherfucking Kid Cudi and
Prince was 4'3". That's how tall he was. See, he needed heels.
He needed heels,
nigga, to see the music on
to
the
reach. Exactly,
nigga, to reach the guitar. Console
right? So it's like
to keep the guitar from dragging on the ground. All right.
Could you hand me the guitar, please?
And he would dunk on your ass in them.
Yes. So the bottom line is, there's no comparison. The bottom line is the music stood on its own. Name that song that Little X had in the fucking video. Oh shit, you can't. Kid Cudi, step up your game on your music shit, and you won't have to wear a motherfucking dress. Stop being so thirsty, bitch. Sam,
nigga, make beats, nigga,
make a beat, make a song.
That's fucked up.
You see the niggas from Who Let the Dogs Out? You ain't see them in a dress. They just played Who Let the Dogs Out. Come on, motherfucker.
It's a weird tribute to Cobain, but
that's a weird tribute to Cobain.
Well, I mean, I get what he's doing, but if it's part of what, Kid Cudi's sexuality or whatever, then I don't want to make fun of that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not where I come from with this shit. But for a lot of these things, it's gimmicky or whatever. I agree that like when Eddie does it in like
totally different
Nutty Professor, or you know what I mean? Like it's total care. He's sitting in makeup. It's not just him slapping a dress on and a wig, right? Like it's
whereas this is Wesley Snipes slapping it up.
But I will say that's you could pick on Wesley Snipes, but that was also John Leguizamo and Swayze, right?
Yeah, but we ain't talking about those motherfuckers.
Well, no, but I'm just saying like that story isn't about, because sometimes it's like bro, listen, Tom Hanks, right?
What
was his first shit?
Okay, Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies, a fucking sitcom about two dudes who can't afford any place in New York except for this all women's building. So they slap on the dresses.
I get it.
To get the apartment that they can afford. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
And now this nigga's asking. So I'm saying, like, dudes do it, but it's a comedic gimmick. Right. So like,
but there's a certain point where it's like,
it was historically.
Yeah, exactly. Medea goes to the moon. Medea goes this. Okay, motherfucker, I get it. Okay, I'm not against if the nigga want to wear a dress, but don't act like it was something that, well, it was my creative outlet. There's a certain point where it's like you trying to get fucking publicity and stop being bitch like. Stop it. Just man up and say, yeah, nigga, I like wearing dresses. I would forgive you. But don't say, well, it was a tribute to Kurt Cobain because one time he wore a dress and I'm not trying to be sexist and I'm not trying to be homophobic. No, motherfucker. If you are homophobe, if you're a homosexual, be the most glaring homosexual in the world. But don't act like that's not part of the agenda pertaining to the fucking business, because I've dealt with it personally and I've seen comic after comic that have to deal with it. So there is an agenda for this with black men in general, where it's like, how can we take these strong motherfucking warriors down a notch? Put on a dress, bitch. So so that's
I can't deny that.
The business does try to do that to us in a lot of ways. So Savage AF, we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna make sure that you know that tomorrow we will be on at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Make sure you tell your friends to come check it out. And before we go, I'm going to jump on here real quick to let you know, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you tell your friends to subscribe. Hey.
And I just want to, before we get out of here, thank you, Yanni Kisar, for seeing what's going on. Miss Adverb, I haven't even brought this child into the world yet, and she's after half my shit. So at least somebody sees it.
You know what, Miss Adverb?
And I still haven't gotten that check in the mail.
Okay, I got one thing to say before we get out of here.
I got a mailbox.
Okay, I'm speaking for Pedro. We'll see you in court, woman.
Yeah, I got lawyers. All I know is lawyers.
We'll see you in court. Savage AF, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you then.